Hey everybody, welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars video. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at the Hoth ATST. So this is one of the brand new LEGO Star Wars sets for 2022. And yeah, it's actually a really cool set. I enjoyed building this, and I think it's going to be one of my favorites from this lineup. So behind us here we have the box, and this is set number 75322 called the Hoth ATST. Has 586 pieces and retails for $49.99. So I personally picked this one up at Target. It's also available from Lego.com, although availability is kind of so-so at the moment for a lot of Lego Star Wars sets at Lego.com. Seems like a lot of them are sold out, and they're kind of trying to restock a lot of them. But yeah, ages 9 plus, and it's a pretty good set, to be honest with you. Like I said, I enjoyed building it. There's quite a lot of features with this. And to my knowledge, this is the first time we've actually gotten like a Hoth ATST. All the other ATSTs we've gotten have been like the Endor ATSTs from Return of the Jedi, or even that like I don't even remember the name, the one from Rebels. But I believe this is the first one we actually have properly gotten from Empire Strikes Back, which is actually pretty cool considering that it was only ever seen kind of in the background a little bit. There's only like some quick shots of the Hoth ATST. Alright, so the minifigures we have here, starting from left to right, we have the Imperial ATST driver, Hoth. They classify this as the helmet with goggles and white jacket. So he has some binoculars as well as a little pistol, as well as the helmet. The helmet is actually pretty cool. The binoculars on here are just printed on. They aren't like really three-dimensional at all. I mean, it kind of is. The helmet kind of is, but the goggles themselves, they're just printed on there. And so this guy actually has a double-sided head. As you can see here on the back, that's his other face. So you can change his expressions. He's a pretty cool figure. Next up, we have Chewbacca for the snow. So you can see that like kind of on his feet and on his legs. And even on his torso piece, there's little kind of snow pieces all over. Pretty cool. He also has a new bow. That's really fun too. It's kind of one of these, it's not flick fire, I don't remember exactly what you call these, but you basically just push that down and it just shoots this little stud piece out. Kind of cool. I mean, it's a really kind of cool actual functional crossbow, which is awesome. Next up we have a Hoth Rebel Trooper dark tan uniform and helmet. So this is a female figure, which is kind of cool. She has like a little blaster. I really do like the uniform though. I do like the dark tan on there. She does have that white backpack. We've seen this with a lot of the other Hoth Rebel sets, as they always include these white backpacks. I mean, they look good and they're functional, so why fix it when it's not broken? And then there's her expression, her first one, and then she also has a second expression as well. You can kind of see on the back too. So yeah, two of these figures in here, they have multiple expressions. I mean, these are the only ones you couldn't have one on Chewbacca, so it makes sense. And then the fourth and final minifigure, I guess you could classify it as, is the Imperial Probe Droid. So this is a very interesting build. It just sits on this transparent piece here. It can also kind of rotate. There's a lot of interesting ways to go about it with this. I mean, honestly, like while I was building it, I was like, what in the world? But I think it actually looks very, very good. And I mean, it is more life-size in comparison to the minifigures too, so it looks really good, and I'm glad they included that with this. So yeah, those are the four minifigures that we have for this. And let's get on to the actual ATST itself. Alright, here's the ATST itself. So it's going to be a little hard to show off. But yeah, the ATST, it's a fairly decently sized build. It's it's a little bit smaller than some of the other ATSTs we've had. Although I believe that the actual Hoth ATSTs are a bit different than the ones we saw in Return of the Jedi. But on the back here we have a little knob. This actually will turn the head a full 360 degrees. That's pretty cool, so you can pivot this in any direction. The legs technically move up and down, so you can change the angles, although the feet do not move. So the feet are locked into a certain position, but the rest of it, you technically could like adjust it up or whatever if you wanted to, but yeah, that's the only movement you get, say, out of like the legs, is just adjusting over here. So yeah, besides that, like I said, it rotates right there. You're supposed to have like your guns over here. This one goes up and down, as well as you have two of these missiles, so you can actually come around here on the back and you can push this, boom, and it shoots. So pretty cool. It's actually, you know, these little like spring-loaded ones, pretty awesome. I mean, it gives it a little bit more playability to the set. And one thing I particularly like about this is the way that they did, I don't know, with the windshield, I guess the visor piece, I don't know, wherever you see out of, right? I do like that because we've had different versions of the ATST prior, and the way they've done it is with some different pieces where they're kind of like flaps. They can kind of fold down, fold up, or whatever. This is cool because you can't actually see into the ATST. Instead, they just put that on there as just kind of a design and kind of a way to look like it. So you can't actually see into it like some of the other different ATSTs you could, or whatever else, but I don't know, I think it fits. I mean, it is a little bit smaller, so it would have been a little bit difficult to have like an opening there and have it be accurate or whatever. But yeah, on the top here, we do have a little latch that you can actually have like a minifigure kind of like step out of, as well as the whole top latch opens up where you can put figures in here. So that opens up like that. This one, I mean, it pops off, but it's not really supposed to do that. These pieces here are angled. So it's actually a very interesting way that they've got this angle going on here. But besides that, I mean, you can't really like turn them out of the way or open this up. This one, it's actually a flat piece. It just clips on in here, so you can't like fold this down. The only real way you can actually get access to it is just from the top, and you can fit one minifigure in there. Can't fit more than one, but there is places in here where you can put like blasters or weapons or other things in here. There's a little control panel piece. Pretty cool. I did like the details on the back here for the back of the ATST. I think that looks really good, as well as I like all the detail that they got going on here in front and around the sides and stuff with the legs. They actually did put in quite a bit of detail, especially with like these back here. Dude, it all looks really good. And I'm actually very impressed with the feet too. The feet, there's a lot of detail going on here and a lot of pieces with these too. So overall, it's a very solid build, and I mean the ATST actually stands up and stays up on its own quite a bit. I think that's attributed a little bit more towards like the base, towards the size of the feet. The feet are actually a pretty good size, so it gives it a little bit more support. But all in all, it's a very great ATST, and it would go great alongside the UCS AT-AT. And yeah, I mean $50. I feel like, I don't know, it's steep for just an ATST, but at the same time, like with the box, you know, it says you get 586 pieces in this build. So like the piece count, you know, lines up with like the 10 cents per piece. So that's not bad per se, but I don't know. I just think for $50, maybe we could have gotten like another minifigure or two. Maybe we could have gotten like a snow trooper or something else as well too. Maybe like one or two more minifigures out of this, especially considering, you know, we have 4, but technically, you know, 3 actual minifigures and then one kind of probe droid kind of minifigure. It's kind of like a half minifigure. You know, you could maybe consider it one, maybe not. But yeah, that is the Hoth ATST. Is it a good value? It's pretty good. It's actually pretty compelling. I think that this is one of the better ATSTs that we've gotten. Plus, like I said, it's unique because it's like the Hoth version. And, you know, it really also kind of shows how far LEGO has come with these, where this one actually is very sturdy and very solid. And, you know, you can tell that they actually kind of took their time in designing this, and with the weight and everything like that, you know, it doesn't tip over easy. And it actually, you know, it has some decent playability with it too. So overall, I think this is a good set. Definitely worth picking up. None of the minifigures are honestly like that good. I think maybe the best minifigure out of the set would be like the Chewbacca. I think this version of Chewbacca is probably one of my favorites, and I really do like his bow. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That is the Hoth ATST. That is the brand new LEGO Star Wars 2022 sets for the winter lineup. Like I said, not a bad set. I think it is pretty good. Value is fairly solid. It could have been better, but you know, for what it is, I think it's good enough. You know, it's something that you should, if you aren't even remotely interested in this, go ahead and pick it up. I think that this will be a set that, I don't know if it'll be like a major collector's item. I do think that, you know, in a few years its price will definitely go up significantly. I could see this in a couple years after it is retired being like $100 set if you go on eBay to try and find it. So I would try, you know, recommend buying it now while you can. You know, it's fairly priced, $50, not too bad, especially considering a lot of the other sets we're getting. I think you know, this is one of like the cheaper waves that we've had. So you know, if you can, I think it's almost worth it to try to get everything you can in this wave. But yeah, that's it, guys. That is the first of the Lego Star Wars 2022 sets. I'm gonna have more videos coming out real soon. Hope you guys enjoyed. Give it a thumbs up if you have enjoyed, and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys back here with another Lego Star Wars video.